Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man. So I got to talk about this junior middleweight fight. Yo, Hurd, man. This fight right here has hella replay value. This was a very exciting fight, in my opinion. Hurd ended up getting a late stoppage. You know, one thing I will say about these gentlemen, man, is they both behave like fighters. What I mean by that is when the head clash happened with Hurd, he wasn't looking for a way out. He wanted to keep banging. He had a smile on his face, you know what I mean? Trout at the end, when his corner stopped the fight, his eyes were swelling up. He didn't want to stop fighting. He wanted to continue to fight. So I gotta applaud both dudes, man. I gotta applaud both dudes for behaving like fighters, not looking for a way out. Brutal damn sport, man. But anyways, this fight right here kind of reminded me one of the more recent fights in history. Kind of reminded me of Margarito versus Cotto, the first fight. And I know you're gonna say, oh, but Mr. Boxing, he allegedly had, plaster. I'm just saying, when you watch the fight, you see one guy landing clean, good, effective combinations. I mean, Trout, I've never seen him be this offensive. I can't remember. Maybe I'm just not remembering, but I can't remember him being this offensive, this sharp, moving, turning. He was doing everything you would tell him to do. He was carrying it out. But then you had Hurd that was, he looked like Jason Voorhees up in there, man. Y'all watch the Jason movies? Y'all remember the Jason movies, the old school cats. Y'all remember Jason, man. You hit the motherfucker with a brick, shoot him, stab him, hit him with a pole. You can hit him with anything. He's still coming. He may fall. He's still coming. That's what it looked like. I mean, Trout was snapping his head. I mean, landing four pieces, three pieces, everything. Hurd just kept coming, switching right and left. He just kept coming forward. That's what happens. He's the epitome of a young, strong, hungry, and will not take no for an answer champion, title holder. This is exactly what it looks like. And Hurd I watched him fight before, man. He can fight off the back foot a little bit. He's not Ali on the back foot, but he can step back, use the jab. He likes to lean over to his right. So I'm kind of, as he goes forward, will he run into a good left hook that'll make him stop leaning like that? Because he leans over to the right. He'll give you the shoulder, pop the jab. He wants to come back with that right hand. He could chop you up with left hooks too, but he leans over to that right a lot. And Trout was making him pay for it. He was eating it up, man. He was eating that shit like Pac-Man. He just kept coming forward, man. Like Jason Voorhees likes to. But it reminded me of the Margarito versus Cotto fight, where eventually it was just too much of a beating. It was just too much. He just couldn't handle it, man. And he was, you can tell, like, towards the end, Trout's legs were giving out. Although he was still standing and fighting tired, that's a lost art too. It's one thing to get tired, but can you fight while you're tired? And Trout was fighting while he was tired. Just, you could tell, I was like rounds 8, 9, I was just looking at their legs, and I was just like, he's not gonna make it. Even though he's punching back, he's showing a valiant effort. I just tell by the legs, and Hurd's legs just looked fresh. His footwork, his balance was still on point. Just looked like the fresher guy, throwing his hands, eating shots, throwing his hands. Good damn fight, man. I really didn't score round by round. I just enjoyed myself last night watching this card, man. I'm going to get to the Laura and Goucher fight too, but I just enjoyed myself, man, and this was an entertaining fight. I want to see Hurd versus Jermell Charlo. That's what I want to see. You got Hurd, a guy that comes forward, that can eat shots. He can box now, but he likes to come forward and try to chop you down. Then you got a guy like Jermell Charlo, good on his back foot, quick, fast twitch puncher. He can catch you with shots you don't see coming. He's on a hot roll right now with these stoppage streak, with a streak of stoppages. Both title holders, both young, want to get at it, want to be the best in the division, not one of the best, not run around with a belt and say, and all that. No, I think these is this type of shit I like, man. In their prime, young, hungry, they want to be the best. They don't want to share it with anybody. You know what I mean? So, man. Hurd was impressive last night. Trout fought a damn good fight, man. But Hurd was just chopping him up. He was just chopping him up, man. He moved his head when he needed to. He was switched from right to left when he needed to, but he was just coming forward, chopping him up. He didn't let him breathe. He didn't let him breathe because Trout was trying to, land a 4-5 punch combination, moved. Nah, when he landed that 4-5 punch combination, I mean, obviously he didn't land them all, but when he would land 3 out of the 5 or 2 out of the 4, Hurd was right back in his face. And I call that lead foot pressure. What I mean by that is a guy just stepping to you. Even if you're letting your hands go, he's still just stepping to you, keeping that mental pressure on you, right? He's keeping mental and physical, but mentally it makes you go, damn, I just threw a 5-punch combo. How is this dude still just walking me down aggressively and throwing at me? So now you're letting your work go, getting tired. I mean, he is human. You're going to get a little bit fatigued. And then he's adding more pressure because you got to keep moving. And now you got to worry about his onslaught. And you're going to get hit with something. Tough environment to be in. That's why I say it reminds me of Margarito, Cotto, or shit, damn near any Joe Frazier fight. Damn near any Joe Frazier fight, the fights that he won when he was chopping guys down. But man, this fight has replay value. I'm going to watch this fight again, man. I like this fight. I like this junior middleweight class, man. I like this junior middleweight class right here. But you guys been thinking in the comment section about this fight, man. I just enjoyed the fight yesterday. I really didn't do, wasn't sitting down with the pen and the pad or anything like that. Just enjoyed the fights. I want to see Hurd versus Charlo versus Hurd, however you want to do it. Let's get that unification popping off. Laura, I'll talk about that fight later. But you guys been thinking in the comment section? I'm gone.